Hello and welcome to our weekly IG Lives. We are going to be talking with author Deedee Cummings. And first, I just want to say thank you on behalf of Makeaway Media, the whole team. Thank you, to our audience. We appreciate you. So if there's anything that you would like to see us talk about that we haven't covered so far, please let us know in the comments. You can send a DM if you want to do it confidentially. But we always are here to offer encouragement to you. If you are going through something, you need some resources for dealing with mental health issues like anxiety or stress for yourself or your kids, or if you just need some help in the publishing world, be sure to take a look at our archived IG lives that we've already done. You'll find a lot of information there. You can look on our YouTube channel. They're also shared there. Hello, thank you for joining us, but we appreciate you. And so please let us know if there's something that you would like us to discuss that hasn't been covered. We are all about encouraging you to follow your dreams, but not like in a pie in the sky, telling you what you want to hear kind of thing. We are talking to people who are actually out there following their big dreams, who have figured out what they really want to do, and they're taking practical steps towards that. And so that's something that we do every week here. We're really encouraging you to follow your dreams and figure out what steps you can take to get there. And we're going to be talking about that today, about Broadway, because those of you who have been following, you know that Deedee really wants to take her, and is going to take her book series, Kayla, Modern Day Princess. If you don't know, it's a 5-part picture book series. Hello. To Broadway. So we're going to be talking about that in the context of how can you follow your big dreams and make them happen. How can you make a way here? Hello, thanks for joining us. Hold on. She's coming on here in just a second. Hello.
Hi, 1 second.
Okay. I was just letting them know, that we're all here. Makeaway Media is all about encouraging people and helping them find a way, how to make a way to follow their dreams. We're going to be talking about what are your big dreams, but all in the context of how we can encourage each other and take practical steps towards following those big dreams. And
Yes.
I want to tell you that I watched the Tonys.
Yay! What'd you think?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, it's such a fun show to watch anyway, but oh my gosh, it was so fun to see Kayla.
And it was
And
a show this year, wasn't it?
yes, it was. And I can't remember the name of the woman who did the song that won the Tony from
Ja-
Paradise Square.
Her name's Jakina.
Oh, she was amazing. And you
Yeah,
could just see, I mean, you could just see the audience reacting to her and to
yeah,
the whole cast for Paradise Square. You could just see how they were really reacting to her emotion and her talent, and it was amazing. And Kayla did a great job. I just love seeing her smile. Like, didn't
yeah.
you call it, like, I can't remember what you called it, and I loved watching your stories
Thank
about
you.
it. That was really fun to see. That must have been so amazing to be there live.
It was unreal. But um, Jakina, a lot of people want to call her Joaquina because I think maybe that's a more traditional when you see the name Joaquin. But
Right.
Jakina, and a lot of people have said that because of her performance, that cast got the biggest response of the audience for the whole night. Oh, hi, Stacy's waving at me.
Oh.
One of our little K Club fans out there. Thank you for saying that. Hi, Stacy. I hope you can hear my voice. But yeah, so by far their cast got the biggest. Well, Jakina got a standing ovation as well as she should have. But if you follow along with my stories and also just my Instagram post, you'll see that my Kayla also performed that role before. She actually did that role when she started as a principal in this same show and that same role on Broadway. So my baby has those kind of pipes, that's also like unreal to me. But hey
Amazing.
guys, thank
That last note that she held, and I
you.
mean, boy, you
Yeah,
really have to have serious talent to
yeah,
be able to sing that song. That's a difficult song, and so
yeah.
emotional too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's beautiful. And um, hold on, I was in the middle of a chat with somebody and I have to on a call. Give me a minute, please.
For those of you who you haven't been following along, Kayla, her daughter, who was the inspiration behind the Kayla, a Modern Day Princess series, actually got to perform at the Tonys a few weeks ago. And so Miss Deedee was there watching in the audience and got to see it. And I watched it on TV. It was just amazing.
And it was a bonus too that we didn't know that she was going to get to go backstage, because we couldn't see what people at home watching could see. Right. So we didn't know that they were coming backstage and that you were going to be able to see her that way also. So that was really exciting. But yeah, to see her perform at the Tonys was just, and of course, if you do go back and watch some of the video footage I posted, you can see their whole performance better in the video that we took there live than you can see in the spliced cuts that were on TV. But yeah, really exciting time. And we got cut off the last time. We didn't meet last week. Hi, Phoenix Blue. I hope that you're coming to the Louisville Book Festival. It's so nice to see so many of you all join. We're talking today about a little bit about my trip to the Tonys and this children's book series that I just released, which is loosely based on the life of my daughter, Broadway performer Kayla Pecchione. But yeah, it's been an exciting time. So I'm glad that you were able to see the stories. And hi, so good to see you and sending me stuff. I appreciate that because I need it. So the last time we were on a couple weeks ago, I wasn't on last week because I ended up falling ill and I just couldn't do it. I didn't even have a voice. But if you were following us a couple weeks ago, we were talking about this book I put together, which my dream is to turn this series, Kayla, Modern Day Princess, into a Broadway series. And I realized that, our Broadway show. And I realized, I was talking to Leanna a little bit earlier about how sometimes I feel like we kind of jump around on our lives, and that's my fault because I'm a big talker and I get excited and sometimes I can go off subject. So that's a great reason we have Leanna here with us, because she really helps keep me focused, which is wonderful. But one of the things I want to start really focusing in on is our whole mission of diverse books and telling diverse stories, so that you kind of know when you come on what you're going to be able to hear us talk about. But our overall mission is inspiring people. And we love hearing, sometimes when I'm not on and other authors are on, Phoenix, we would love to have you on. I see someone else just joined us who I don't know, named Kira Wrights. Kira, stay in touch with us. We're so glad to see you, because we also have authors on our lives, which they're not very long. We hold them once a week, and we try to keep them into short little nuggets so that people can hop on real quick while they're at a break at work or whatever, and just hear some inspirational messages. One of the things I love that we do at Makeaway Media is we're sharing all kinds of positive inspiration like this. So this is Kayla and in New York, posing for a picture, and our fabulous graphic designer and illustrator, Charlene Mosley, that works with us. She's made us all these, what we call little Kayla images to go. These images are amazing, and we love to share positive, inspirational stories. So Kira, thank you so much for joining us. And Phoenix, we would love to have you all on to talk about your dreams too, because one of the ways that we inspire people to follow their own dreams is by talking to real people like you all and like me and like Leanna, about how we're making a way to make our dreams come true, even in this crazy world when there's so much going on. Thank you so much for saying it's beautiful. But here's some more positive imagery we share. But this whole book that I put together is basically a concept book that talks about why I want to turn this into a Broadway show. It's not just a gimmicky thing. The whole Kayla series is about my love of Broadway. I grew up with my mom taking me to a Broadway show, and this is an image from one of the Kayla books. My mom took me to Broadway shows, and then I took my daughter Kayla to Broadway shows. This is an image of my mom as a grandmother, a tribute to her taking little Kayla to Broadway shows. And we took Kayla to some Broadway shows, and that's what made her fall in love with Broadway. And so from a young age, she knew that she wanted to be on Broadway, and here she ended up going all the way to the Tony Awards, which is still, I just can't even believe it when I say it. So one of the things when I'm on, we'll post a schedule of who's going to be on when on the lives. But whenever I'm on, I'm going to try to keep you all updated on my journey to get this to Broadway. So I've already connected with a Broadway producer, and he's given me some really great feedback about this story. I don't want to name the producer yet because I just, I don't know. They're not on board with our project, so I don't want to make it seem like he's endorsing my project. But he was one of the producers with Ain't Too Proud, which was the Temptations story that was on Broadway, and it only closed because of the pandemic. It was a very successful Broadway show that also was at the Tony Awards a couple years ago. But the reason I bring him up is just to say that dreams really do come true, and that I know we can do this because of the positive feedback he gave me. And I'm going back to New York in a few weeks to meet with another person who put together, bless you, Leanna, who's put together several Broadway shows. So, I always say it's a crazy dream. I mean, isn't it? I mean, it's who does that? Who gets their children's book and turns it into a Broadway show? Usually, you think you have to be affiliated with the bigger production like a Disney. Disney has The Lion King and Aladdin on Broadway right now. And clearly, I'm not Disney, and I'm not affiliated with Disney. But I believe that big dreams happen when you work hard and when you believe in them and when you continue to take steps to make it happen. So, it might be more than a decade before this happens, but I'm going to do everything I can to make it happen.
And I think that's one of the things that I appreciate so much about you. Yes, dreams really do come true. That's so is that you take it and you make it so practical. Like they're not just these big dreams, but you're saying, okay, so every day here's what you can do. You can take a little step every day. Do something towards your dream. So it doesn't just say this dream that you're not even that maybe you never will happen. It's actually like say, nope, we're going to do it. You believe in it. Let's make it happen. I love that.
Yeah, I agree. So maybe next week I'll get into this book a little bit more because I know this is like my third week now showing it, but we haven't really gotten to talk about it. And if I give you a little bit more examples of some of the storyline, you'll see it. If you've ever seen a Broadway show, which I'm always surprised when people haven't. I'm not surprised people haven't been to Broadway in New York. I'm not surprised by that. But almost every state has a Broadway show, Broadway tour that comes to, one of the biggest cities, sometimes even the smaller cities in our state. And so I hope that if you've never seen what's called a Broadway show, that you will take the time to find those productions that are in your own state. Usually they're held in bigger cities. They're often held at places like the Center for the Arts. People have arts facilities in their towns that hold these type of productions. I would encourage you to see one because you're missing something really special if you haven't seen a story brought to life on stage. And there's even all kinds of research that shows that how much people are moved to become more empathetic and compassionate after seeing not just Broadway shows, but plays also, because it's like reading. Reading can also improve our empathy towards one another. But when you see people acting on a stage and really, acting out in real life a story, it does a lot for the human experience as far as just making us more understanding of one another's journey. I guess it's kind of like watching a slice of life, and it's a really powerful thing, not just for you as an adult, but for the children in your life too. And you can see the impact that it had on me when my mom took me to the theater, on my daughter when we took her to the theater, and even my nephew. My oldest nephew, his name is Lee, and he tells people I took him to see Lion King when he was a child, and he's never forgotten it. It's had a lifelong impact, and now He's going into his 3rd year of college at Pace University, and he's majoring in musical theater.
Oh,
So,
that's amazing.
so he's also following in the Broadway footsteps. So it's a magical thing. Even if you don't really have any interest in anyone in your family going into Broadway, please try to catch these shows because it's important that we support the arts, and it'll just be a wonderful. Oh yeah, Lion King. Yes, Lion King is an amazing show. I'm shocked when people tell me they haven't seen Lion King. You've got to see it. The Broadway production of Lion King. I'm not talking about the movie with Beyonce. The the Broadway production of Lion King. You must see it. It's life changing. It's beautiful art.
And thank you so much. I just, keeping an eye on the time. So that's probably all we
Yeah,
have time for today. But so next time that would be great to get more into that concept book, and talk a little more detail about it. And also just I just want to say, like when you were talking about the empathy about watching a show, it ties right back to what you were talking about earlier with the importance of having diverse voices and
yeah,
diverse stories. Because if more of those are on stage, if more of them are
yeah,
in book, then that really increases empathy and what a difference that would make in our society if we
yeah.
had more of that.
Definitely. And I think you saw it in the Tony Awards. Leanna's talking about the time because I want to keep the lives to 10 or 15 minutes because I feel like our culture is so noisy. You know, we have so many places where we can watch social media. We have YouTube, we have Pinterest, we have LinkedIn, we have Clubhouse, we have
Right.
Twitter now. Now you can do stuff on Twitter and talk to people and chat with people on Twitter. And I just don't want to be another noisy voice. So again, whenever you tune on with us or tune in with us, I want you to kind of know what we're going to be talking about. I want you to walk away with some inspiration for telling your own stories or for changing a child's life or even doing something different in your life. So Leanna's keeping us on a time schedule because I asked her to. I just want to make sure we're giving you nuggets of helpful stuff, not just getting on here and just pontificating for 30 minutes.
Which
But
is hard to do because I love talking to you. And I
yeah,
feel like we could just get on here and just talk for like an hour.
and that's
And
what I think. Just start talking for 30 minutes, and I think it's sometimes maybe interesting to me and you, but nobody else. So I want to always interesting to everybody else. But yes, next time, please tune in. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this concept book that we put together, which explains why I know this has all the elements for a great Broadway show. It's a fascinating book, and I can't wait to share it with you all on our next time talking today. Hey, Phoenix, please check in with us. I'd love to have you on our Makeaway Instagram Live so people can hear your story too.
yes, and thank you to everybody who's joining us. Thank you for all of your comments. And if you
Yes.
missed any of it, we're going to post it on Instagram and YouTube. You can find all the old episodes there as well. And we will see you next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great night. Bye.
You too.